Welcome, guys. Welcome back to Sports with Micky. And I'm, of course, your host, Micky, at the Windhoek Palm Hotel in the heart of Windhoek. I am super, super, super excited. I know I always start my episodes with excitement, but today I'm even dressed professionally because I'm sitting next to our professional, guys, you know what, can I repeat this word? Professional athlete. You know, cricket is actually the only professional sports code we have in Namibia. And I'm sitting next to the captain of the Capricorn Eagles, Miss Sune. It is an honor to have you here.
It is so lovely to be here and talk sports. It's my language.
Right. Welcome to Sports with Micky. Finally, I met you last year at the Cricket African Qualifier T20 for the World Cup. And you guys did amazing. We qualified to Nepal. But we'll touch on that. But just in general, welcome. How are you feeling today?
I'm very good, thank you. It's lovely to be here. Like I said, sport is the language to be speaking, and super excited to have a nice chat.
Definitely, we'll have a nice chat. This is a chat, it's not an interview. Okay. So Sune has over 100 caps, but on paper it's 100. Is it 100? Over 100 caps for the national team, the T20 cricket. So that is an absolute insane number, to be honest. Well done on that.
Yeah, thank you. It's a massive honor as well.
It isn't.
Very few people have the privilege and the honor to say in women's cricket in the world, to say that they have 100 caps for their country. And I mean, women's players from teams like India, New Zealand, Australia. And obviously I'm very honored to have 100 caps, and I'm sure the other handful of ladies that also got their 100 caps in the last couple of months feel the same way.
Yeah, that is absolute honor. And I'm a patriot. Is it patriot? I always confuse the two words, patriarchy and patriot. But yes, I'm a patriot for Namibia. I'm always screaming for Namibia. Whichever sport, even a sport I don't understand. By the way, guys, we had a conversation before this, and I know zero about cricket. Can you give me a brief crash course on what, like cricket rules?
Okay, so you obviously have a batter. That's the one that needs to hit the ball, and then you have a
stick.
Yes, with a bat. The batter with a bat. And then you have the bowler that's bowling over. We struggled to understand that one.
Yeah.
Before we started the podcast.
It's true, we did.
So over as 6 legal balls in it if you don't bowl wide. So there's wide lines next to the stumps or close to the stumps.
Yeah.
You shouldn't bowl outside of them, otherwise you have to re-bowl the ball. You also get a no ball, but I can't go in too much depth because otherwise you're going to be very confused. Okay, but a no ball is also classified as an illegal delivery, so you also have to re-bowl that. And then obviously you have to run between the wickets. Don't get run out. So if you're not in your crease and they hit the stumps, you are out. And then the things you actually want in especially T20 cricket is boundaries. So you get a 4 if it goes over the rope on the ground, and you get a 6. Batters love this indication from the umpire, the 6. That is when it goes.
The umpire is like the coach.
The umpire is like the referee.
Oh, yeah. That's such a cute name. Umpire. Okay, go on.
Yeah, so if it goes in the air over the boundary rope, then it's a 6. So I think that is like the basic things that you have to know. And then, there's quite a few ways that you can get this missed. But I think the most common ones is getting bowled when they hit the stumps over the bails is all over the place, or getting caught. And then the other one, as I've mentioned, is a run out. And if you get LBW, so that is leg before wicket. So, but that's also a bit technical. It's something you have to see to understand. But long story short is if it hits your leg straight in line and in front of your stumps or the wickets.
So now you have lost him maybe a few lines ago. But yes, thank you. I hope my viewers were taking notes, because you guys are going to have to teach me what Sune just told me now, because I am more excited to have you here and just to hear more about. And guys, Sune has over 1,600 runs. Is it called runs?
Yeah.
Yes. I always have to confirm. Yeah, and 50 plus wickets. Guys, that is absolutely amazing. What was your favorite performance?
So my highlight was my top score, my highest score, quite a few years ago. It actually was still in COVID times, so we were still in the hotel having to wear our masks, and you were only allowed in certain places of the hotel and things. So yeah, it was the Kwibuka tournament in Rwanda that we played there, and yeah, I put up my highest score. It's actually like the coach came to me that morning. He's like, I just have a feeling you have to open the batting. Normally I bat 7, 8, and he's like, I have a feeling you have to open the batting today. And I don't know, everything just clicked, and yeah, I think that's where I secured my spot as the opening batter for the team. Yeah, so that knock of 93 not out, that's my highest score. So that's obviously my personal highlight. But yeah, as a team and as a whole, it's definitely just a few months ago when we qualified for the global qualifiers. So we played the African qualifiers, the T20 ICC T20 African qualifiers that we hosted here in Windhoek. And getting ourselves into that final, securing our spot at the global qualifiers. I think that's like the highlight as a unit and as a team. And yeah, it's really something special to say we ticked that box. But yeah, qualifiers didn't go as planned, so we're working really hard to turn that ship around and make sure we steer into getting ourselves into a World Cup.
What do you need to steer yourselves into that World Cup phase again?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we're the only professional sport in Namibia.
Tell us more about it, because I get questions every time I talk. I say cricket is the only professional sports code in Namibia. People ask me, what do you mean, Micky? Now we have a professional cricketer. Please, Sune, teach my people.
Yeah, so to be classified as a professional sports person or professional athlete, you literally get a salary and benefits with your salary as a sports person. So I don't get up and go to work and then go to training, and it's not a part-time thing, and I earn money for playing a game, an international game, just like for the game. It's like literally I get a monthly salary. I wake up in the morning, I'm going to training, we have our skill sessions, we have a lot of board session or whiteboard sessions, we have our strength and conditioning sessions on Fridays, we have our running sessions. So it's literally as a normal person goes to work from 8 to 5, as a professional athlete, that is your job. You get up in the morning, you go to training, you attend sessions, you have activations you have to attend to, social media activations. So there's a lot of things going with that, but yeah, mainly it's like you earn your monthly salary and you get your benefits as a professional athlete.
That's amazing. So it's a job. It's like me going to my 9 to 5. Cricket is your 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's amazing. That's amazing. So what has brought Cricket Namibia to this point? Is it some form of investment? Like, how can we and other sports learn from this, or in terms of investment or just structuring?
Yeah, I think structure and planning plays a massive role in it, and that's where I really have to take my hat off for our CEO. He's very driven in how can we make this bigger, how can we make this better, how can we grow this sport, and not just for us that is employed by Cricket Namibia, but for Namibia. I mean, at the end of the day, hosting big tournaments, it is a boost for the economy. I mean, people coming into the country has to stay somewhere.
Yeah.
People coming into the country needs a car to drive somewhere. So yeah, it's a boost for tourism in Namibia. I mean, people seeing Namibia for the first time, thinking, do you even have an airport?
Right.
Yeah, so you arrive here in this beautiful country, and I mean, that just clicks something like, okay, we've come here to watch some sport, but in 2 months or 3 months time, I actually want to see what's going in Namibia or going on in Namibia. So yeah, there's so many things, but like I said, it's just having a plan and making sure I'm going to do whatever I can to get that plan into place, and having structures to do that. I mean, our amazing facilities wasn't just something that popped up. There was a lot of hard work. I mean, 6-7 years ago, I didn't even imagine in my wildest dreams that I will be sitting here having a conversation about I'm a professional athlete.
Yeah.
In Namibia, we're so quick to say we don't have the numbers, or we're so quick to say we don't have the finances, but if you use what you have and you make a point of, I'm going to be the change, or I'm going to create the change, it is possible. And I think Cricket Namibia has just shown that by making women's sport, or being the first sport to be professional, being the first women's sport to be professional, and by the facilities we have hosting things like the under 19 or our qualifiers, our African qualifiers, the under 19 men's World Cup that happened recently, and going into next year the men's World Cup.
Wow. You have said so many as you're speaking, I'm looking at my questions, and you have said almost everything that I wrote down to ask you. But in terms of development, because obviously to get players, people like you, young girls, to aspire to be you, there's obviously also some sort of developmental process in place. Is there anything there in the tea for us in terms of the league, in terms of schools?
Yeah, so obviously we have 2 hubs in Namibia. So the 2 main hubs is located in Ochu, and the other one is in Cape Mund. Cape Mund has offered most of our, or the biggest part of our team is coming from Cape Mund. Lots of numbers from Cape Mund, and so the thing is, obviously youngsters, if they're still underage, and I think we can also touch on that subject, is sometimes this hub is the safe space for young girls. I mean, we don't always know what's going on in the community. Sometimes those girls is they have to look after the youngsters in the house. They have to make sure there's food. They have to make sure the kids are in bed. There's lots of things that we don't know about, that if they come to cricket, they have their safe space. If they come to cricket, they can just be themselves. And so traveling isn't always that easy for saying, listen, we all of the hubs and everything has to come to Windhoek, or Ochu and Windhoek has to go to Walvis Bay, or but we are in the process of making sure we get a women's league ongoing. A lot of
play.
So and obviously the chats going on is we want to make sure obviously your national players get game time, but investing into our under 19 system. The under 19 African qualifiers is coming up in August, September, so making sure they stay in the system, stay in the system, and then obviously offering the opportunity for people that don't know what is cricket,
people like me,
and people that really just wants to play, because at this stage most of our senior players, I'm not going to just say national players, because we have girls attending training from the under 19s that's studying in Windhoek, also attending the senior sessions. We're playing with the men in the club league. So
you play against the men.
We play with the men against the men.
Against the men. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's at this stage. That's how we get in our extra game time if we're kind of in off season like we are now. But really, I mean, we can't expect a Micky to come in and play in the men's league if you've never played cricket before, if you don't have the skills, because it is very technical at the end of the day. So we really, like I said, it's not confirmed yet, but we're in the process of making sure we have that system and we have that place for people that, young or old, to if they want to play cricket, to have the ability to attend games and to grow and to show interest. And then obviously we also want to try and have it in a format where we can play 50 overs and T20. So we want to have a weekend where we can have, like on a Saturday, like the domestic league in South Africa, the South Africa Women's League is you travel, you play a 50 over on Saturday, you play your 20 over on Sunday, and then you travel back to also make it worth it. It's not just travel and then you play 3 T20s and you come back. So like I said, it's not confirmed yet, but we're really working hard to get that into place, to create more opportunities, because we always say, like, there's no better place to learn than being able to play.
Wow. Okay. Sune, what would you say to a younger girl who, like a younger version of you, what would you tell her? Like just somebody to aspire to be like you, just a message that you want to send out there.
I'm even getting goosebumps here thinking of, like I told you, 7 years ago, never in my wildest dreams would have thought that I will be in this position, to sit here and to tell you like I'm a professional athlete, and it just shows you like there was a group of ladies that worked really, really hard and kept on showing up every day, for Cricket Namibia to see that this is something we can invest in.
Yeah.
And we always say we want to leave cricket in a better place than we got it. So long story short is, what I want to say is never give up. It's like, if this is your dream, never give up. Keep on showing up every day. It's not going to be easy. It's only going to get tougher. And obviously, as I said, you can literally make a life out of cricket in Namibia. And hopefully this inspires a lot of other sporting codes. I mean, not everyone is interested in cricket, but we have to create pathways for people out there. Like I said, sometimes the sport is just a safe space for someone, for a girl to show up to and say, listen, I can breathe. And it doesn't necessarily have to be cricket, but we as women have to keep on fighting for women's sport to keep on growing, to keep on creating opportunities, and to say, listen, maybe in 3 or 4 years' time, I have the ability to compete outside of the country, not just represent Namibia, but to play in a domestic league, to represent a club team. So and if you're not willing to sacrifice a lot of things, and if you're not willing to put in a lot of hard work, and if you are not very disciplined and training with purpose, it's gonna be difficult. So being disciplined, and whatever you're doing when you show up at training, you have to do it with purpose.
Wow. You have to do it with purpose. Guys, we have come to the part of this podcast that I don't like. It's a part where we end the show, but I've learned so much from you. I know what a wicket is, I know what an over is, but most importantly, I am very honored to be seated in your presence, because you have 100 caps, guys. And honestly, your message out there, don't give up, do everything with purpose, is something that I always also just, when I wake up in the morning, I say I have to be purposeful, be full with purpose. Everything you do, even when you cook, when you hug someone, when you greet someone, that purpose becomes a building block on how your day is gonna go and all of that. So thank you so much, Sune, for your wise words. Thank you for joining us, and we are really excited to hear more from Cricket Namibia. I hope when the league is ready, if there is a league, once it's ready, maybe you guys will come here again, and I will join you. Honestly, I'm very inspired. It looks like a sport that I can do from what I saw. So that was Sune Wittmann, a professional cricketer for the Namibian Capricorn Eagles, our national team. Absolutely proud of her, and I'm proud of the national team, the women's national team. They did us proud in Nepal, even though they did not qualify. And for those of you that have been asking me, Micky, what is a professional sports code? Basically, why I keep saying cricket is a professional sports code is that Cricket Namibia has moved from an amateur kind of sports to a business model, right? They make it like a business. So, which means that players, as Sune mentioned, players get paid to play cricket. It's like a 9 to 5. You wake up every morning, you go to work. You have legally binding contracts where the contract, there is pension, there is medical aid, there is performance bonuses, just like another normal job. So they have shifted from that mindset of just going to play for money for once in a while to a system that is like a business. They employ full-time staff for strength and conditioning, as I mentioned, physiotherapists and nutritionists, data analysts, tactical analysts, dedicated high performance managers, just to check the performance of the players, performance of the athletes, and the team itself as a whole. So and these are full-time staff, not people that are hired on part-time basis. So that's how they have a gym on board. They have, like, in terms of equipment, in terms of infrastructure. So it's a business model. And this is something that we can really aspire to, we can learn from as a country in terms of any other sports. We can look at these sports and really admire to it and also learn from it. So it is a good step for Namibia. As Sune mentioned, 6-7 years ago, she wouldn't have thought she would be a professional athlete, but it is possible. It is possible for football, it is possible for rugby, it is possible for every other sport. That was me from Sports with Micky, and I'm absolutely inspired. I hope if you watch this, you get to be inspired to get to start working towards that professionalism. It starts with you. Thank you so much to Windhoek Palm Hotel, and thank you to Predator Energy for giving me this energy to sit here and just be all energetic with Sune. Please don't forget to like, comment, and do subscribe if you haven't already. And do ask me or give me suggestions. Who do you want to see next? Do you want the CEO of Cricket Namibia? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe you'll come and tell us more about what is over there at the cricket ground. Thank you so much, Sune.
Thank you so much. It was lovely.
Bye.